I used to try to fit in, odd man out. I could never conform, I'ma stand out. Trying to be like them, it never panned out.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Beauty for Ashes. It's your girl Toya, and I'm back with another video for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas. Happy early New Year. I know I missed a couple of weeks, but I had my birthday, we had Christmas, and I came down with a little some. So I wasn't feeling the best, but I'm back now. You feel me? So oh, my weight, right? I had a 10-pound goal to hit before my birthday, and I lost 8 pounds. 8 out of 10. So that ain't bad. I ain't gonna be too hard on myself because I gave it a valiant effort, and I'm proud that I even got down 8 pounds. So, I'm feeling myself, new hair, who this, 45 and fine and all that. You feel me? So anyhow, y'all, tonight is gonna be a fun video. I actually get asked this question quite a bit as far as how my husband and I met, or either people who know my story. They're like, "Yo, you gotta tell your story of how y'all met." So coming off the last video about all this cheating, you know what I mean? The situations I was in the past, they cheated, I cheated. It was just like a whole mess, right? So after all the cheating and messing around and all that, I'm like, yo, I gotta sit down because nothing good came out of that situation. I was super heartbroken, super depressed, super bitter. Any negative emotion that you can name, I felt it. I was going through it, and I'm like, yo, I'm done with guys. Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna be a lesbian, but I'm done with guys. Like, I don't even have any room left in my heart to entertain anyone. That's like the place I was at, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just do me. I'm gonna go through my healing process, and that breakup happened. The last one after the whole cheating fiasco happened November 2011. So in November 2011, I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm about to be celibate. I don't even want to look at a guy. Like, that's just how disgusted I was at this point, with everything that I had been through. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just, get my life together, get myself together. I got into counseling, of course, I'm a big advocate for that. That's why, I got into the field to help people like myself that need to talk to somebody sometimes. So I got myself back into counseling. I met a dope therapist. So I was working with her, definitely into my word, going to church, praying. I told y'all in the last video, I was watching my Mayweather fights to help me get through, and I was just also processing my emotions, crying when I had to, taking time to myself when I had to. And I mean, it took a minute for me to really get to the place of any type of healing because I was hurt so bad. So I'd say maybe by the end of December going into the new year, I I wouldn't say I felt a lot better, but I had made a decision before I go into 2012. I'm leaving all this into 2000. I'm leaving all of this in 2011. Like, I'm not taking this baggage with me. If you follow me on Facebook, I made a little post, like the 10 things I learned in 2011. I dropped a mic on them at the end. So yeah, that was a crazy year, right? So, welcome 2012. I'm finally starting to get back to me. The little pride and ego starting to kick in a little bit. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be all right. Like, yeah, I done took some bump and bruises, but I learned along the way. The thing in that, like, even though I got hurt, I got played, but I learned. I learned a lot from that situation, and I was like, based on all that, I know what I would never deal with again. I know what I would never allow myself to go through again. And I know what I would never do again, decisions that I would make differently. So as long as you learn something from it, then it's not really a loss in any type of way. It's a lesson, right? So anyhow, 2012 hit, starting to get back to myself, starting to hang with my friends again. And, for the first time in my adult life, I really started enjoying being a single woman. So I know I keep plugging my previous videos, but I got some good stuff, y'all. Y'all got to go to my archives. So, I basically had like a single woman checklist that I did. I'm like, all right, it's some things that I've always wanted to do, but I've never really done before. now is a perfect time for me to do it because I always been so relationship oriented, so focused on being in a relationship that I rarely took time for me and to get to know me and to know what I like and dislike, the things that I really wanted in a relationship. And it's very important and imperative that you do that at some point. You got to stop and do some introspection like, okay, what is it that I want? Like, who am I really at the core of me? Who am I? Do I like who I am? And I had to be honest. There were certain things about myself I did not like. Like, I had to change some things. I tended to be very clingy, very not really very confident in what I brought to the relationship. I tend to give the man all the power in a relationship. It's just like a lot of little things, a lot of bad habits that I had to undo. So in this time that I was taking for myself, I was slowly building up that confidence. I had a no nonsense policy. Like, as soon as I met a dude, like, and mind you, I wasn't looking because I told you I was done with guys, but guys were still approaching me. I'm fine. So guys were still approaching me. They were still trying to holler at your girl, but I was like, I'm cool. I'm cool. Don't get me wrong. I had friends. I talked to people, but I was not interested in nothing serious. Out the gate, I already knew in meeting new people that I wasn't about the BS. I was not about the foolishness, y'all. So, as time went on, as I began to heal, as I began to grow in myself and, get comfortable within my skin and knew who I was and what I wanted and, what I was going to tolerate and what I wasn't, I did entertain people. I did allow myself to start dating again or whatever. So maybe in about February, March, I met a couple of guys and, they was cool. I met some cool guys, but at the end of the day, I knew that it wasn't anything that was for me. And one guy that I did find myself liking, he was like, he wasn't looking for nothing serious. He could only offer friendship. And I'm like, all right, at least he told me up front, right? So I wouldn't have to waste my time. So, but like I said, in the meantime, y'all, the thing I want y'all to take from this, I was not looking for anything. Like, I was just out having a good time doing me. Like, if I'm out at the club and I meet someone and we exchange numbers, cool. No expectations from me. Like, if you call, you call. You don't. If we see each other, we do. If we don't, we don't. Like, I really had zero cares. I wanted to use another word, but zero. Like, I was just at that place. Like, it was all about me, all about what I wanted. And I just, I like did not have the pressure of, ooh, is this person gonna call? Is this person gonna text me? It's like, it was such a relief not to have to carry that. Like, that's hard to always be thinking about that all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, fast forward, we get to maybe, let's just say March, April, whatever. So me and my friends were like, yo, we're gonna take a trip to Vegas or whatever. So we was like, I was like, yo, I always wanted to go to a Mayweather fight. Like, that was on my bucket list. I always want to go see Mayweather in Vegas. Never been to Vegas, never been to a Mayweather fight. So my friends like, yo, we down, let's do it. So mind you, like 8 of us. Like, yeah, we going to Vegas. So Vegas coming up one by one. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to make it. I'm not gonna be able to go. And people just start dropping like flies. So at the end, it was just like me and my brother. Not my biological brother, but a guy, a very close friend of mine, been friends 20 plus years. So he's my brother. So anyhow, we were like, well, we still want to go. So we was like, well, all right, let's do it. We booked our tickets. We like, yeah, we going. We don't even care. We just gonna go ahead and go to Vegas, right? So him and I went to Vegas. Man, like, when I tell you I was having the time of my life, like, it was just so exhilarating, y'all. Like, I mean, I felt like a sense of liberation and freedom that I never felt before. Like, because I never allowed myself to experience that. I always had to have an attachment or relationship or something. So just to be out there, just to be free and just to do whatever you want, just meeting all these people. Like, you know, we going to the club, casino, like we everywhere, you know. So it's like we just having a ball, just enjoying life, right? Basically, my brother and I, we had already decided that, you know, he wasn't going to the fight. You know, I was going to the fight by myself, so he was gonna drop me off at the MGM and pick me up after the fight. And you know, I felt pretty safe because, you know, the MGM is very populated. You know, it's not like I'm going in seclusion or anything. And, you know, it's like a daggone Coliseum pretty much or whatever. So it was cool on that front. So, you know, I get there, y'all. I'm like mad nervous because I'm by myself, but I'm looking the most good. Yes, I have confidence at 45. It took a long time, but I got it now. Anyhow, I'm looking good. You know, I'm got my little BB dress on, right? That joint's fitting. So mind you, back then I'm about 20 pounds lighter. So, you know, I'm looking real good. Got the hair done, had my micro braids, had my heels on. So first thing I stopped and did, I got me a drink from Wet Willie's or whatever the little frozen alcoholic drinks was. I'm like, okay, let me get this. So mind you, the fight didn't start until like 9 p.m. Vegas time. And it was like 6 p.m. because I wanted to be there for the whole thing. I wanted to take in the undercards, everything. I just wanted to take the whole experience in. So I get there, 6 o'clock, I go get my drink, and now I'm like, all right, I gotta find my seats or whatever. So, you know, I said seats. I gotta go find my seat. So I'm walking, you know, I got my heels, so I'm like tiptoeing up the steps because I don't want to fall, you know. And it wasn't crowded, but you know, there's some people there. So I'm like, all right. So I'm not even looking around. I don't know who by me. I'm like laser focused. I'm like, I just need to get to my seat. All right. So, you know, I get to my seat. I sit down, you know. So I had my drink in one hand, my purse in the other hand. So I'm finally feeling like a little bit more comfortable because finally I could just sit here for the next 3 or 4 hours. I ain't got to move or nothing. Hopefully I ain't got to go to the bathroom or nothing. So anyhow, I sit there, sip on my drink, and you know, I had my tablet with me, so I'm going through my iPad, just looking at stuff or whatever, you know, looking up when the fights come on. And probably within about 15 minutes of me sitting down, this guy come up to me. He asked me if anyone was sitting beside me, and I was just thinking to myself, like, sir, these are assigned seats. We all paid to sit in a specific seat. But I didn't say it, but that's what I'm thinking. But I'm like, no, you know, nobody's sitting right here. And he's like, hey, sit down. I'm like, okay, sure. Which is really odd because I typically don't engage with people I don't know like that, you know. But, you know, he wasn't like threatening or anything. I don't know. It was just something about like his demeanor was very calm and you know, he was talking very intelligently. It wasn't like, yo, shorty, what's up? What's your name? You know, it wasn't all that. It was just like, hi, you know, I'm so and so. How are you? You know, it's just like a genuine conversation. So I'm like, okay. And then, you know, after we talked for a couple of minutes, he's like, you know, are you here by yourself? He's like, you know, I waited before I came up here because you know, I didn't know if you were with anyone. And I was like, yeah, you know, I'm by myself. And I know in retrospect, I know safety alert, like stranger danger and all that. But I don't know. It was something about him where I felt like I don't know. I didn't feel threatened at all or whatever. So, you know, I told him that that was my first time in Vegas, first time at a Mayweather fight. And, you know, it was his first time in Vegas, his first time at a Mayweather fight. And, you know, we came to find that we were both big boxing fans. So we talked about that. And then, you know, we talked about where we were from. And come to find out, you know, I was in Richmond, he was in Maryland. So, like, wow, that's like a coinkydink, you know. So like y'all, we literally talked for like 2 hours at least. Like no BS, no cap. Like we talked for like 2 hours and we just talked about everything and the conversation just flowed so effortlessly. Like I mean, it wasn't like no dull moments or anything. Like we just sat there and talked, and like I mean, we talked about everything, and we didn't, mind you, we didn't know each other from a can of paint, and we just started rapping like we've been knowing each other for years, you know. So we talked about when we had kids, you know. We talked about relationships. Come to find out, he had just gotten out of a relationship. I believe it was in February. Of course, I had just got out one in November of 2011. So we just had like a lot of commonalities just out the gate. But you know, him and I, we just talked and we just really had a good conversation. We just enjoyed the fight. So then, you know, of course, eventually the person who actually paid to sit right there came. So, you know, he had to go, but we end up exchanging numbers. So in my mind, I'm like, you know what? That was really cool. And so mind you, I really I know it sounds strange, but I didn't really get like a good look at him because if you ever been to a fight before, the lights are kind of dim. It's not like really bright lights or whatever. And then I don't know, I don't really like to make like eye contact like that if I don't know you. I don't know. I'm weird like that. So I didn't really like get a good look at him or whatever. I mean, I knew like he looked cute or something, but I couldn't really take everything in. I know that he won't like a bad looking guy or nothing like that, but I didn't really fully get to assess him because we were side by side and we were talking, but we were watching the fight at the same time. So anyhow, neither here nor there. We exchanged numbers. So in my mind, I'm just like, that was really nice. He was a really, really nice guy. And, that helped me pass the time. I really enjoyed talking to him. But, I didn't think too much beyond that because now Mayweather's about to fight. And this is like the main event. So, I actually came to Vegas secretly to meet Mayweather. And, I was hoping to have some with him. I was like, all right, I'm going to get here. We're going to meet Mayweather. It's going to be a whole situation. It's going to be a movie, right? So anyhow, so the fight's here. I'm excited. I'm watching the fight. So it's Mayweather versus Cotto. Really good fight. I'm surrounded by all these Cotto fans. So mind y'all, the whole time I thought Mayweather lost because all these Cotto fans are going crazy. Like every time Cotto swing, hit anything, they like yelling, screaming. And so they was cheering like Mayweather lost the fight and all this stuff. So it was crazy, but it was a fun time. So anyhow, after the fight, the guy that I met earlier text me, like, what are you doing tonight type of thing. And my brother and I, we already had plans. So I told him, I was busy and he was asking we could see each other the next day. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So we end up meeting at the casino the next day. And this time my brother was with me. So, that was cool from a safety perspective. So we met at the casino. And when I came to meet him, he was at the crap table. And so, mind you, crap, I mean, I didn't know that then, but craps are like, that's his shot. When he goes to the casino, he loves craps, and he was actually winning. And if you know anything about craps, if you're on a winning streak, you definitely don't want to leave that table because when the table hot, you stay. But when I came, he pulled away from the table and we end up talking again. We talked again for like another hour plus, and it was just more of the same, more good vibes, good energy or whatever. So I'm like, this guy, he's really dope. Like, I like him. So, but again, in Vegas, everybody's doing their own thing. So, I didn't really think too much of it. So that was my last night in Vegas. So he's like, well, listen, when you get to Richmond, let me know you made it back okay. And I'm like, okay, I will. So, and I was like, when you get to Maryland, let me know you made it back okay. So that was like the extent of our conversation. And, our trip came to an end. So I went back to Richmond. He went back to Maryland. So, I texted him when I got back to Richmond. I let him know that I had made it okay. So, y'all, like seriously, in my mind, like I really thought that was it. I was like, that was so nice to meet somebody in Vegas and just meet a genuine person, have a good conversation. But I legit did not think anything more of it. And so every single day, y'all, after I met him that week, he texts me every day. Good morning. How are you? How's your day going? And it was just like, okay, this is nice. And so we would just text throughout the day, and then we end up FaceTiming. And so then we actually had our first date the following weekend. So mind you, we met May 5th, 2012. May the 12th, 2012, he came to Richmond and we went to a wine festival, and that was our first date, y'all. And so it's just like every night, we were FaceTiming each other. The following weekend, I went to Maryland. We went to Six Flags, and it was just like, I don't know, y'all. It just like took off, and like we were just talking all the time, and we just found out we had even more in common. We both rap, we both love music. It was just like everything I could think of we had in common. Like I could not believe it. And so I did try to self-sabotage at some point because I think most women, we do this to ourselves not even knowing. But I was so used to being dogged out and played and messing with these different type of guys. It's just like this guy, he just seemed too good to be true. So I tried to find something wrong with him. I don't know if y'all can relate to that or not, but I tried to be like, all right, you know, he must got something up with him. So of course, because I was looking for something, I found something. And so, you know, basically he didn't want to be in a relationship at that time because he had just gotten out of one. So, you know, he still wanted to date and that type of thing, which of course is cool. But, you know, I was just like, well, he must be in the games, because if he was serious, you know, he would just be ready to settle down, you know. But I mean, he wasn't on that type of time. I was very upfront with him. I was like, I'm not dating for a boyfriend, I'm dating for a husband. So basically, it's kind of like get down or lay down type of thing. And I did that to protect myself, because I'm like, I'm not really trying to go through a whole situation with somebody if they're not even on that wave, if they're not even considering or thinking about that. And he was like, well, I'm not there right now, but I'm willing to explore to see where it would go, pretty much. You know, so he wasn't opposed to the idea of marriage and long-term relationship and commitment. So that's what kept it going for us. But once I got over me trying to self-sabotage, and I realized, like, you know, I really like this guy. You know, we just have so much in common. Like, it's just such a genuine connection. Like, I've never felt this before for anybody, you know. And the way that we met, I'm like, it had to be fate. Like, I go 2,000 miles away from home and I meet somebody, like, come on now. And I mean, this guy, when I tell you, he ended up being like my soulmate, y'all. Like, we have been inseparable. We've been together for 9 years. Yeah, we met in 2012. It's 2021. Like, since 2012, y'all, we have not separated. Like, basically, I guess I'm skipping some of the story here, but from the time that we met, we continued to date. We continued to do the long distance relationship. We would go back and forth from Maryland to Richmond, Maryland to Richmond. So we did that for probably about 2 years. And then I ended up getting pregnant with our son. So once I got pregnant, like, obviously I'm not gonna have a long distance baby daddy. So I end up moving to Maryland. And then we end up getting married at the end of the year, December 2014. And yeah, we've been married for 7 years. We just celebrated our 7 year anniversary. So that's my love story, guys. That's how I met my boo, my DJ. I'm going to see if I can find some pictures from early on our relationship so I can post throughout this video. But yes, that's how I met the love of my life. And, you know, it's just crazy just to think about it. I mean, just thinking about that night that we met is just so nostalgic, just such good feelings. And, you know, just to think that you could just go through all the trouble and all the strife and all the, you know, relationship woes that I went through, and travel to Vegas for the first time in my life, first time in his life, and just meet your soulmate. Like, that's crazy. That's fate. That's God. Nothing but, right? So anyhow, guys, I hope you enjoyed my love story as much as I enjoyed telling it. Um, Leave me a comment, share my videos, subscribe to my channel, and all that good stuff. And I shall be back again. We going into 2022, y'all. See if your girl can get back on track with this once a week thing. Y'all pray for me. But anyhow, I enjoyed sharing my story with you guys. Let me know what y'all think. And if y'all have any interesting love stories or relationship stories, let me know. I'd be interested in hearing yours as well. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.